See this unfathomably big stack of codes? Going to be giving a bunch of retro packs away tomorrow, so if you want to see that, then jump on the stream. Anyway, let's talk about Mad Party. God, this is just an obnoxious amount. Oh, they're all on the... Oh well, I'm starting the video now anyway. Welcome back everyone to more from the Sableyes. I just dropped them all on the floor. They're literally all on the floor. Oh well, yeah, Mad Party today. We're going to take a look at that. Suddenly, this deck is a really big part of the metagame, thanks to cards like Rapid Strike and Single Strike Urshifu having a psychic weakness. This particular deck has really shot up the competitive rankings. Let's take a look at the list on PTCGO. How am I going to clean all these things up? So this here is Kerapon's winning deck list from the most recent Limitless Online series. It's a deck that won out of 523 players, so this thing is genuinely good. It's not like it's a flash in the pan or it happened to get lucky. It won 14 games in that tournament, and for good reason. It's incredibly consistent, and the best thing for you watching is that it is relatively cheap to pick up. All of the cards that have Mad Party as an attack are either commons like Bunnelby, which is obviously very good because you can find copies of them. Ignore the shininess of mine, by the way, because yours won't be shiny unless you pay for them like a fool, like I do. Or you can pick cards like Polteageist that might be a little bit more difficult to find up as promos. They actually come as promo cards, so you can jump onto your online code reseller of choice and pick those up relatively easily. Mad Party is obviously a very powerful deck. We've got 4 different Pokemon with the Mad Party attack, Dedenne and Mr. Rime as well, and that deals 20 damage for every Mad Party Pokemon that we have in our discard pile. Now we've got 4, 8, 12, 16, so you can imagine we could potentially deal a quite significant amount of damage with that attack. This particular list I think is one of the best lists that I've seen for Mad Party so far, and it has been boosted greatly by Level Ball from our most recent set battle styles. It means that we can actually search out almost all of our Pokemon in our deck, apart from things like Mr. Rime and Oranguru, and get those Mad Partiers in play even sooner than we normally would. So a really good deck, a really good place to start if you are starting to be competitive, but maybe you don't want to invest in something like Rapid Strike Urshifu, which is very expensive. So 100% would recommend let's play some games with it. I'm just repeating myself at this stage. I think it's because I dropped those codes. So we have started with Dedenne, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's not really that big of a deal because we can actually, looks like we're playing up against a welder deck of some description here. We can actually get that Dedenne knocked out early, which will give us a Mad Partier in the discard pile regardless. One of the problems this deck does have though is that sometimes it can struggle with retreat options, but to be honest, it's not that big of a deal. Looks like we are playing up against welder of some description. We will draw ourselves a card. We've got another Dedenne, that's fine. Oricorio in the active. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to do. Let's get cracking by discarding... Oh, not the Dedenne. I want the Sinistea. That's the important one. We've got Polteageist in hand. We're going to get rid of Mr. Rime as well, and we will grab ourselves another Sinistea. We can put both of those down and then pass the turn. That is incredibly acceptable for us. We have 2 Polteageists next turn if we want them to be able to use T-Break, which is the ability on Polteageist, to discard Mad Party Pokemon, pardon me, I'm stumbling over my words here, and get 2 more cards. So it's incredibly strong. It's a nice self-sufficient engine. I'm very hopeful that our opponent playing a welder deck is able to get a knockout this turn. It means that a Dedenne in the active will not need to be retreated. We won't need to worry about that, and we also get 20 extra damage for it. So I am 100% on board for whatever our opponent does, especially if it's knocking the Dedenne out. In fact, it's actually harder for us to do something next turn if our opponent doesn't knock us out, funnily enough. Actually, it's technically a strong move from them to do that. I don't know why they're playing with the grass deck box. I feel like lots of people at the moment are doing the old secret switcheroo with deck boxes and stuff. They're too busy trying to play mental mind games than trying to win riddle ones. We're getting a Crobat for 2. That's very weak. We do have okay, we're going to see a welder here to the Center Scorch. So we've got an air balloon on the active and a welder to the Center Scorch. Unfortunately for us, weldering to Center Scorch means that we will not see our Dedenne being knocked out, which I don't like. It's okay though, we're going to be fine. We'll do our best. My voice still isn't quite right either. You may have noticed that in the last video. It's a bit croaky. I think that's because I got a little bit too excited on Friday night when I went to Adelaide to watch the football. So maybe that's just me. We're just going to deal 20 damage to this Dedenne here, which means now we have to figure out a way to get this out of the active. We've got this Great Catcher as well. We could potentially use that to bring out the Oricorio and hit into it. We'd need to get very lucky, discarding a bunch of Mad Partiers this turn, but I mean, we may as well go for it. Let's try our best. We'll T-break into Mr. Rime, hoping for as many Mad Partiers as we can get. Doesn't look like there's that many there. Let's play the Escape Rope. Another card that I'm very pleased with. You may have heard me talking about it at length in the Togekiss VMAX video. It's a very, very strong card. They're going to bring out their boy Talonflame. Let's do the Great Catcher play here, actually. Let's put some pressure on. Worst case scenario, we hit into this for, I don't know, 150 damage, and then maybe later we can knock it out with a Mew. That was not what I was hoping for. I was kind of hoping that we'd be able to find some more Mad Partiers like this Dedenne. I'm actually going to Quick Ball it away now. I'm going to grab another Dedenne, I think, because we can potentially Dedenne our Dedenne away. Dedenne-GX. We might, actually, no, we've already used T-Break. Let's Dedenne the Dedenne. We will try and get some more Mad Partiers here. We've got another Polteageist, which is great. We've already got a Sinistea in the discard pile. If we discard this Polteageist with Polteageist, good grief, this is tough, then we are in a decent spot. I think that's 6. So I don't think we're going to be able to very easily get like a nice number of damage counters on this Oricorio. We might just hit into it here. There's actually an argument for maybe using the Giant Hearth to discard the Bunnelby in our hand, but I'm also aware that the rest of the cards in our hand are not very good. We've got Double Boss, Ordinary Rod, and Triple Acceleration Energy, so we kind of need to hold that Bunnelby just in case we don't draw into anything, because that might be our only option to draw cards with Polteageist next turn. We are likely to see our active Pokemon knocked out, which is frustrating, but it's something that we expect to happen with Mad Party. We're regularly having our Pokemon knocked out. We usually are hopeful that we can get knockouts on 3 or 2 prize Pokemon, as we will try and do in this matchup. It just means that we're going to be able to very easily get ourselves going here. Now, okay, well, I mean, we've been bailed out here. I was about to say, why did I promote the Bunnelby? I should have promoted the Polteageist, but it's fine. We top deck the Twin Energy. I'm going to gust out the Oricorio now. We're just going to finish it off. I'm going to play the Bunnelby down. I'm going to hope that we get ourselves a decent couple of prizes for knocking that Oricorio out. Great Ball is great, and Bunnelby is acceptable. So we've given ourselves a chance. The Polteageist on the bench is active again. I did, of course, bench the second Bunnelby last turn. Maybe didn't have to do that, but we've been given an opportunity here. We've got Great Ball, could also find Crobat or Dedenne-GX, which would give us extra cards to draw. Plus, we have Boss's Orders, so we can theoretically take a knockout next turn. We did deal 140. If this Bunnelby gets knocked out, we'll deal 160. Discarding one more, we can do 180, which will knock out any Pokemon on our opponent's side of the field, apart from their Center Scorch. Actually, I think Talonflame has 190. It will only knock out Crobat, but to be honest, that's the only one we really care about. The issue that we'll have, I think, is that one of our Boss's Orders is already in discard, and I'm 99% sure that both of our Great Catchers are already gone as well, so we might need to wait on that, actually, to try and hold the Boss so that we can half it. There is the Great Catcher and the Boss in the discard pile, so we may need to hold on to the Boss to try and hit into the Center Scorch here. It's an awkward situation to be in at best. We could knock out the Volcanion next turn, which would take us to 3 prizes, and then we'll need to attack twice into our opponent's Center Scorch. So let's try and get something going here. We've got Great Ball and Level Ball. We'll play Great Ball first, give ourselves a better chance of drawing into a card that we want I'm thinking the Mr. Rime seems like a good option. We can also then use Level Ball. I feel like grabbing Sinistea is pretty good, because it means that we've got a potential Polteageist for next turn. If all goes well, we can trade that Mr. Rime away. We've been given 2 Twin Energies, which is not desirable, but it's not horrible. How many? We've got plenty in here. I think attaching the triple is probably better than the twin, because we are likely to see this Polteageist knocked out next turn. We could potentially see our opponent try and gust up the Dedenne-GX, and frankly that's our best case scenario. If they get greedy and go for the extra prizes, I'll be very happy, but we are just going to need to attack here. So we'll Mad Party, we'll take 1 prize off of the Volcanion, hopefully it's a good one, and then we have ourselves a bit of a... Okay, so Level Ball's good. Level Ball's going to find us a Polteageist for next turn, so the Bunnelby in our hand is live. They cannot knock out the Polteageist with the Eldegoss, which is what I think they were angling to do, because they could knock the Bunnelby out with the Eldegoss, but not Polteageist. So they might need to attack with Center Scorch here, which is, frankly, the best case scenario for us. If they attack with Center Scorch, then we can attack with Bunnelby or Polteageist, as long as our hand remains the same. I know I shouldn't say that, but I will continue to do so until such a time as I am told otherwise. But yeah, so they're going to attack into us, hopefully with the Center Scorch. We'll be able to attack with one of our 2 attackers. If our hand remains the same for the rest of the game, we actually go on to win it from here. It's not likely, but it is possible, so bear that in mind as well. Hopefully they attack with the Senti here. It's the only intelligent thing for them to do. They've already used Welder. They didn't have a second attacker. We have to see the Center Scorch come into the active. Frankly, if any other attacker attacks into me, I'm also not too worried, because we can just attack twice into 2 GX Pokemon or V Pokemon, or even into the Oranguru on the bench, and we still probably win the game with 2 attacks. But I think that knocking out the Center Scorch is the most likely, purely because it's the attacker that they have to use. So we'll wait and see, though. We'll wait and see. There is obviously no guarantee. They are going to use Great Catcher. Okay, so our Polteageist is being preserved here, and that's actually really, really good for us, because it means that depending on how our hand plays out, we could potentially see a draw of 4 or 5 cards here this turn. 1 card for the top deck, and then 4 more for a potential 2 Polteageist T-Breaks, which I really, really like. There is only 1 Polteageist left, though, so we're going to have to get a little bit lucky. They have attacked with Center Scorch, so let's send in Bunnelby. We've top-decked another Bunnelby, which is excellent news for us. Let's use Level Ball. We can grab the Polteageist, which I like, and then we can T-Break away these Bunnelbys. We don't need them anymore. We've got our attackers already sorted. We'll Great Ball first and grab ourselves, I think, Dedenne, to be honest. But actually, let's grab Crobat, because we may need to play something down, but we don't really need to, right? Like, we can hold that Crobat for a potential turn next turn. I'm not too worried about it. Let's just discard the Mew cards that we don't want to have in our hand next turn, and we will Mad Party. If we do have to do something crazy here, maybe our opponent gusts out the Dedenne and removes our energy somehow, we've given ourselves the best chance to do it, right? We've got Boss, Twin Energy, and Crobat to draw as many cards as we can to try and get the knockout on this Center Scorch. But to be honest, I don't know if there's that much that our opponent can realistically do. Their play is probably to there's the Crushing Hammer, so it could have happened. It could have happened. Their best play is probably just to retreat into the Eldegoss, to be honest. Which, I mean, is not a great play by any stretch of the imagination, but it is definitely their best play, which is the key. They can attack into our Bunnelby, remove the Eldegoss from the board, give themselves the opportunity to get it next turn for a boss, as long as we don't have boss in hand. But obviously we do. Now we don't. That's disappointing. Why do I do this to myself? Okay. That's an incredibly bad hand. We lose the energy, but it doesn't matter because they're going to float up and knock us down anyway. Alrighty. So we're in top deck mode, ladies and gents. Because Professor's Research doesn't win us the game. So if we top deck a Pokemon draw, maybe something that we can discard with Polteageist, maybe a Dedenne, then we might give ourselves a chance, but at the moment it is pretty grim. Polteageist into the active. Here we go, top decks. Okay. Alright, Twin Energy. Let's just think here. I actually think that we're guaranteed to win this. Just give me a second to look here. We have a Dedenne, we have a Great Ball, we have a Quick Ball, we have a Boss. So we've got 4 chances. So let's draw 5 cards. We've got 4 chances to find a thing that will draw us into the thing that we need. And we've found the Quick Ball here. So we can just play the Quick Ball. We've got 6 cards left in the deck. If we grab the Dedenne, we are guaranteed to draw into the Boss, which I frankly am a big fan of. Draw all of our cards in our deck, and then Boss's Orders is there. We gust up the Senti. We Mad Party for the game. Good grief, that was incredibly lucky. And there we go. We beat Centiskorch. This is actually a pretty cool game. I enjoyed it. Got lucky, but hey, it's fine. Alrighty, a much less awkward start for us here. We actually have an incredible starting hand. We can play down Bunnelbys, we can play down Sinesteas. Everything. We've got everything. Struggling. Just I'm all aflutter. Let's Quick Ball. Oh my god. My throat is not doing well. Sinistea, we're going to grab 2 of those. We're going to play down the Bunnelby as well. And attach the Air Balloon to the active. And then we can Crobat for 6 cards. Thank you very much. And look at this. This is absolutely beautiful stuff. We will attach, but we'll attach to the bench Bunnelby. I think it's going to be the most difficult for our opponent to knock out. We don't know what they're playing yet, and Oranguru in the active means it could be anything realistically. We could be playing like a Reshizard version, like a Reshizard deck. We could be playing ADP. We could even be playing another Mad Party, to be honest, because we play Oranguru as well. So we could be playing literally anything. And I think the best chance of us attacking next turn is putting the energy on the Bunnelby. So it's always tough because you don't know exactly what your opponent is playing. But I think that is the correct decision. We will wait and see. We will wait and see. One thing that I do need to be concerned about, though, Mew is a card that a lot of decks are playing at the moment. So whatever this thing is that we are playing against, Mew is a card that is very threatening against Mad Party. They're playing Mad Party as well. Okay, so it's a mirror. Interesting. We don't often see mirrors on the channel, I don't think. We'll wait and see. We'll see how it goes. I was about to say, Mew is incredible because it can actually knock out a Sinistea when it's on the bench, which is really, really strong. And what our opponent's doing here is probably the best case scenario for them. They found the Air Balloon, which is great. They're going to be able to get into their Mew. They're going to drop 3 damage counters onto one of our Sinesteas. And they've played down 2 Sinesteas of their own, which means they will be able to get at least 1 Polteageist going next turn. We're likely going to have to just knock the Mew out, to be honest. So let's just evolve into Polteageist. We've got 1 left now. A Great Ball, no target, unfortunately. We will use Level Ball. I'm thinking we grab just a Dedenne. That way we can trade it away with T-Break. That's fine by me. And then we can... Oh, this is a very interesting hand. Probably have to hold this one, I think. I could Giovanni's Exile away the Crobat. That is potentially an option. We're going to return to the Bunnelby because I want to attack here. We have enough, don't we? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we've got enough to knock out. I almost missed a knockout on a Mew. Could you believe that? We probably just hold the hand, to be honest. We don't really need to do anything. Let's just attack. I mean, if we were going to hold the hand, we probably should Giovanni's Exile there. Just because, I mean, we didn't play a supporter, and that is now 2 prizes that our opponent can pick up at any point. I could still play Giovanni's Exile next turn, but I mean, now... if I want to do that, then I'm committed to drawing with either T-Break or with Dedenne, which is kind of awkward. So yeah, okay, there we go. There's a bit of an error there that I've picked up straight away. Definitely should have played Giovanni's Exile that turn. Our opponent has managed to find 2 Poltergeists, which is very, very strong for them this early in the game. And it means that Mew of our own is not going to be quite as strong as theirs was. So it's a bit awkward. One of the good things, though, for us is that we're having a Bunnelby knocked out. They will likely have to have a Polteageist knocked out because they are going to be attacking with a Mad Party attacker. And at the moment, the only one on the board is Polteageist. So that's good for us. It means that we might be able to remove some of their draw support very early on, which I like. It's good. Okay, so Bunnelby coming down. We're not going to be in a good spot here. Let's attack the Triple Excel. We can T-break away either of our Mad Partiers here. Let's find ourselves some more. A Bunnelby is very, very good. I like that. Another attacker is always nice. We can put the Air Balloon down on the Crobat, and then we will research. We don't want to give our opponent more 2-prize attackers to work with. Let's think here. I think Great Ball is good. A Dedenne, is acceptable, but not ideal. Let's Quick Ball. I'm wanting another Sinistea. I think we have one more Polteageist left, so we can afford to play that down. We'll retreat into our Polteageist. I think we also Oranguru. I don't know if our opponent plays Marnie, but I want to guarantee an attack next turn. So let's put the Twin Energy on top. That way, no matter what happens, we've always got an attacker next turn, which is what we need. We just need to keep up with our opponent because they are in front on prizes. They attacked first. That means that they are in the box seat here. Hopefully, they miss energy. That's what I'm most worried about. If we miss energy and fall behind on a turn, that would be really quite grim. They've got more Dedennes. They're going to be able to draw more cards with T-Break, which is very strong. And they're looking just for that one energy. Whether it's a twin or a triple acceleration, it doesn't really matter. That for us is our biggest problem at the moment, is we don't have a twin energy to attach to our Bunnelby. We've got triple acceleration, but we can't put that on Bunnelby. Instead, we're going to have to try and find either a Sinistea with a bit of good luck or a twin energy to attack this turn. Another good thing, though, for us is that they have taken a prize there with only one Sinistea on the field. So potentially we could get... Oh my goodness, I was about to say we could get a little bit lucky. We have done. We'll get rid of the Dedenne. Maybe Mew. Maybe Mew is the right call here. We can throw that down. I like Primate Wisdoming away the triple acceleration energy. Unfortunate to lose a research there, but it's something we're going to have to just deal with. We do manage to find Evo Incense and Level Ball. So Evo Incense can grab us. Actually, we should get the Rime, because Polteageist we can search for with the Level Ball. So that's thinking. We're going to be thinking. Got to be constantly thinking. And this means we're going to be able to draw at least 2 more cards. We can get rid of the Rime, and hopefully we can find some good stuff here. I like our position. I don't like our Crobat on the bench, so I think I'm going to Power Pad. I'm going to put a Boss and a Giovanni's Exile back into the deck. That means we can potentially find ourselves a Crobat V. We can remove a Crobat V from the field. Plus, we also have another potential Gust. So if our opponent does put us into an awkward spot, then we will be able to deal with it. There's their next Polteageist. So they are not short of attackers here. Pardon me. The issue that they are having is that they don't have any bench set up. Now that's both a good and a bad thing. A good thing for them because there's nothing for us to knock out apart from what they put in the active. A bad thing though, they don't have a huge amount of flexibility in their attackers. They've got plenty of Bunnelbys left in the deck though. There's only one in the discard pile, so they should be able to find one at some point. But at the moment, not too worried. They're probably going to go for a research here. That's why they're playing that air balloon down. No reason otherwise to do that. They've actually just discarded 2 Dedenne-GXs because they know if I get given an opportunity to attack into one of their 2-prize Pokemon, it will be pretty bad. It's part of the reason why I hope that we get the 3 in 10 shot to find Giovanni's Exile next turn, so that we can get rid of that liability ourselves. Does suck though, we have used both of our air balloons, so has our opponent. We can presume that they're running a similar list. They're going to attack here into our Bunnelby, which means that they're going to be able to take one more prize. We definitely need to remove this Crobat right now. Hopefully we can find the Exile. We find the boss, so the wrong Giovanni there. We've got a 2 in 8, a 1 in 4 chance to find it. So let's draw, and hopefully we get into it. We don't. Let's Primate Wisdom into it. Maybe? Maybe? Let's put an energy, I guess. It doesn't really matter at this point. Okay. We've got ourselves a chance to win. I'm going to attach to the Polteageist. I'm going to retreat into the Polteageist. I'm going to play Giovanni's Exile. We're going to get rid of the Crobat. Probably could have gotten rid of the Oranguru as well, to be honest. We'll play down the Bunnelby. We'll Mad Party. We are in a pretty good position here. We've taken a prize. We've removed our opponent's ability to win the game, which is critical. And now, with our opponent only having one potential attacker, can only attack with twin energies. They don't have any extra draw. They may be forced to play down a Dedenne of their own. And to be honest, that's my best case scenario. If they have to draw extra cards by using a Dedenne, then we are in a very good spot. If they don't, they don't. It's fine. It's whatever. We can just keep trading. If they attack into us, we attack into them, and we just hope that they don't have the ability to win the game. But if they do have to draw cards, whether it's to find the, like, Gust for, I don't know, the Oranguru or something, I don't know what they would use Gust for, actually. Now that I've said it, it's probably a bad play. Whatever it is that they go looking for, it's probably energy. They're going to boss. They are bossing the Oranguru. This says to me that they don't have energy. Second air balloon. Is that third air balloon? And an escape, and the escape rope, okay. They've just a Dedenne. We can't attack this turn. We don't have another air balloon left. But to be honest, I don't think that they do either. Let's attach to the Oranguru. This will allow us to switch next turn. I think, just thinking about it here, I reckon that bringing the Dedenne into the active is actually the best way to win this game. I don't think that they can realistically deal with this. They have to attach a twin energy just to retreat it. We've got twin energy in hand. As long as we draw into twin energy next turn, we should be fine. There's the concession. It's a really strong deck, it's really good in this meta, and it's definitely worth your time. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you're one of the people that watch all the way to the end, then you probably like what I'm doing. Just like my members. Thank you very much to all of my channel members. Dadbod, Azazel, thank you very much. Fernando, Yolo, Stephen, Agent Abel, Austin, Josiah, and Andy, as well as all of the other people on this side of the screen. I keep getting it wrong. Thank you everyone for your support. If you'd like to become a channel member, there's a link down below. You can do that, as well as all of my other stuff. Twitter, Discord, it's all there. Jump down below, check it out. Anyway, hopefully next time I see you, it's during the massive giveaway stream, which I mentioned at the very beginning of the video. And by then, hopefully my voice is back to normal. That would be fantastic. Thank you everyone for coming along, and I'll see you next time. Bye.